Hello, beautiful Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your message for next 4 weeks about material stuff. We're going to start by pulling some symbols first. By the way, if you're new here, I am Divine Light and I'm so happy you're with me today. If you go on to enjoy this message, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button. It's a free way to be here. Then you can hit the bell so you never miss a video. We have a phoenix and a unicorn, both mythological creatures. However, they both have amazing meanings. Phoenix, wow, the proposal, it comes with that. So some things that it says be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. I feel like here some of you might be going through maybe a loss or something happened. It says a romantic or business opportunity indicated. So something happened. Maybe you have lost a job or you're planning to change something, which is coming really passionately. This can be like maybe an argument, disagreement in your space right now. And it seems like it's evolving you to a point that you're going to come up or receive another fulfilling offer here. Another thing with the unicorn here is this is actually something unexpected. The offer can be something really unexpected or something that you cannot really fathom because unicorns are mythological. So that's why horse is a wish fulfillment, but I feel like this is a wish that is something is really incredible for you. We have the patience here. Slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. So in order for you to receive the unicorn, first you need to believe it exists for you, okay? Let's dive into your coffee cup now, see what that one offers. We have here tears of joy within the first week especially. I see there's like an opening, a sun shining here. So if you're going through this, kind of like it turns into a fish mouth. And this is actually turning into a massive fish, as you can see. Fish can symbolize money, success, material satisfaction, something like upgrading your career. Many opportunities coming your way, but I told you there's like a bright sunshine coming before that. This can be something that you're carefully cultivating, or this is something you're allowing to come in. This is like a peaceful environment, a peaceful attitude. No matter what life throws at you, actually seeing the things from the positive end. Even the phoenix is actually rising after a crisis period. You seeing that crisis as something that required necessary evil. It can be like a tower moment happening in your life, but you're seeing that, okay, I was sick of the tower anyways. So that's why the optimistic attitude, especially within the first week, will either help you to see this fish opportunity that you're going to catch, or it's just going to swim into your life. It's going to present itself very smoothly, okay? But this requires, like I said, your perspective, your participation as well. The second week, I see here there's a chair showing up. Maybe you're sitting on the chair. Chair can symbolize you taking charge of a situation, or you might be given a chair on a table. Maybe if there's a space that you want to be a part of, you might get invited to that environment. Another thing with the chair, it can also be throne for you, okay? It can be like some sort of an upgrade. Above you, we have a little dinosaur here. Dinosaur can symbolize some old ancient stuff. It can be information. It can also represent something, I feel for some of you, long-term, something that you have been trying to get, okay? And because you're under it on a throne, it seems like you're going to actually master this thing. You're going to really have this thing in your hands, and you're going to be maybe managing this dinosaur, okay? The dinosaur can be a business idea. This can be a chunk of money that you want to get, something really big, maybe inheritance-wise, something, and you're going to take the full control of it. And if this is like an inheritance type of thing, you might have to also deal with the people who comes with the deal, okay? And it seems like there's a cross right there. Cross can symbolize a suffering, maybe. Also, because there's a light shining here, I feel this cross can symbolize maybe you're letting go of a suffering that you had in your life. And it seems like there's a person running towards it, okay? So I feel maybe there's something that has blocked opportunities coming for a while now, and like you're washing it off, like with sunshine, basically clearing it off with optimism, we can say again. or the fire. Maybe you're burning the cross down, okay? So it seems like when you do that, there's a person running towards you, someone with a big head, and this can be someone who's actually being chased by a boomerang. Boomerang can be interpreted as an idea that has been actually shot by someone, like sent out by someone. Now it's coming back as really strong. And it can be also hurtful too. Or this can be something that shot a situation. You actually maybe sent out something and people didn't take cautions for it. And now they're coming back for you to help them. Okay, it can be something like that. But either way, I feel like you're the throne. Get used to the throne because you're going to be actually the one that is making decisions, okay? Or helping people to make their own decisions here. Another thing I see here, there's another person showing up. Again, a big-headed man. Big head can be someone who's advising a lot, or maybe someone who's in their head a lot. These can be people who are thinking a lot about the kind of things that they want to do or they're planning to do. But another thing here, the thoughts that they have can be very grandiose, okay? So they might think that they're actually thinking great thoughts. They're actually coming up with great solutions, but they might not really have it. And I feel like you're the one who's just going to give them a reality check. You're going to be like, you know what? That's not that big of a deal. Your solution, here, watch this. And that's why I feel your proposal can be on your end. Maybe you're the one who's going to be putting the proposal to these people and say to them, you know what, watch this. And like, if you like that, let's go ahead with that. The thing is, slow down actually matters here because this is like a 3rd-week timeline. After you shoot the offer, maybe you need to wait for a while for these people to really understand, okay, what you're talking about. They might be slow to understand it. Another thing here is for them to understand the benefit can take a little, okay? So it's not a long time, but patience is going to be necessary so you can actually pull, like just fishing basically, okay? In order to catch the big fish, you need to wait patiently. You cannot just jump on and disturb the water on every single little fish, okay? That just comes around. At the end of the 3rd week, I see here there's a crowd gathering, and in your heart there's a problem. Maybe I see that you have a hammer in your hand here that you are covering up, avoiding, and it seems like here, the hammer here, you're standing up inside of a crowd with a hammer in your hand. At the end of the 3rd week, you're probably going to come up with the solution to this problem, okay? That's probably the hammer in your hand. What happens from then on is, I see there's a bull coming forward. Bull can be an authority for me, maybe a governmental authority, someone with massive power. It seems like when you really want to explore the solutions for this problem, because I told you, you have a hammer in your hand. You can build or destroy with hammer. You're going to choose which one to do. When you do that, there's a massive authority standing behind you and to support you with this journey, okay? So it seems like here it's not about really making the decision. It's about making the decision to resolve the problem. When you make that decision, it seems like here the necessary authority will actually stand right next to you or behind you or in front of you. They're going to actually help you open the pathway, okay? Another thing I see here, there's a masculine figure with a painter's hat, or this can be like an artist, or maybe you need an artist in your project, and this can be a person who can really give you that insight. And I see within the 4th week there are 2 rose petals, can be also not rose petals but sunflower petals showing up. This is optimism, this is positivity, this is also the sun shining here on your life, okay? Maybe this artistic person can have a bright solution to you, okay? Not only the authorities backing something, you might also require to have something in your hand in order to move forward. The artist might be providing that paper to you, okay? Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind. I see there's a massive crowd in your heart. Again, I see a man here on a swing. You might be dealing with a person initially first week. Your desire in the first flip didn't show up, but the second flip, it does show up. Guys, I know I'm going a little faster than usual, but there's a wheel right here. You can click on that. like when you touch the screen, it shows up, and you can slow down a little bit the video, okay? It gives you an option for that. There's a swinging person here. I feel like some of you might be sick of this one because they're not really taking things seriously. That can be really annoying for some of you. And I see here, okay, this actually is moving really fast. Your desire, the second try is coming forward. This can be someone who you think that they need to participate in the solution, but it seems like they're not taking it seriously. But I see here, especially if you can have the patience, like the necessary components in the people, everything is aligning in the right place. I see a baby bird here. I see another bigger bird, kind of like a bigger fish maybe when showing up. Like all the things, fish can be resources, baby bird can be good news that you are gonna hear. So all of those things are gonna start to align, okay? It's just like maybe even a matter of time, just waiting for the things to show up for you. Let's dive into your tarot now, okay? If you have like a specific subject in your mind, it's good to focus on them so we can get those answers specifically. Queen of Swords tells me that within the first week, you need to be really focusing on the logical solution rather than maybe getting emotional. And the patience card also points that, okay? I told you we have the Phoenix coming forward. You might have really fiery way the things are really evolving, and that will require you to be calm, cool, collected, and see things from the logical sides or come up with the logical solutions rather than getting emotional. And I feel like it's not about like you tapping into the Queen of Pentacles energy, which is your resourceful side. Just let somebody else take care of the resources. You're the bird here. Maybe it's your wisdom. Only thing that you need to put into this mix right now is your wisdom. That's what's necessary, okay? We have 8 of Wands. When you do, it seems like the things are going to start accelerating. 8 of Wands can represent fast movement, opportunities coming to life. These are like passionate ideas falling into the ground. The things starting to actually build up. Maybe even the ideas, the resources for necessary ideas are actually going to magically appear when you calculate the logical part of the things and maybe speak the word. And you can also talk to the divine, ask and you shall receive, because this is the feminine energy of the swords. But I also feel like you need to maybe connect with the right people in order to get the things going. 8 of Wands is many positive opportunities presenting themselves, so you can actually take and use them. Do not discard the wands coming forward because they're going to be useful. Death card is ending a cycle, guys. This is the Phoenix is screaming that already. This is actually maybe you're dealing with a situation doesn't have no ability to actually it can be a person. Okay, we saw a person right here swinging and not really taking things seriously. We have a Scorpio here. Maybe a Scorpio is doing that. And there's no hope in this situation. Okay, this is something maybe you're trying to heal, you're trying to fix, or you're pushing someone to do the things that they need to do. It seems like you need to just give up all hope on that. And Death card also gives you clarity. Now you're not really dependent on this person's energy or this situation to evolve, change in order to bring you the success that you need. Now you just give up all hope. Now you can take the necessary action. Okay, now you can plan out, and this is all making you actually, even though it seems like a little sad, makes you really powerful because you're going to take the full control of the situation. Okay, the Hierophant is exactly that, you taking charge of a situation. Hierophant is a spiritual authority, or maybe a governmental authority, or a person who is actually who has the authority to make the decisions. So when you let go of your attachment to someone or thinking that they can take care of things for you, you're going to have full power about like what the situation that you're dealing with. You're going to have full control over that circumstance, and you're going to be able to actually resolve things. Okay, Queen of Swords with the 4 of Pentacles. This tells me that yes, you're going to come up with a lot of beautiful ideas, and you're going to be the decision maker, especially within the first week. 4 of Pentacles means that either you're holding on to them because you're afraid that some of them is going to be stolen, somebody's going to come up and steal your ideas, or maybe your authority, or maybe you're just giving it too freely to all of those who are not even asking for your anticipation, okay, or maybe your ideas. That's why Four of Pentacles is a warning coming to you. Be careful what you're holding on to too tightly or what you're giving away too freely, okay? So just be aware of that, because you're also sitting on the throne. This is your authority moment, and you cannot be all, you cannot really give away, like, think of yourself as the queen. You cannot really give away the government's secrets very easily. Or be very cruel and close-minded and really close to the public too. Four of Wands, especially the second week. Four of Wands is a celebration, but also we have here the finish line. Those flowers actually represent that. This is some of you really closing a cycle in your life, closing a negative cycle and opening up a new door for yourself. Another thing here is the opportunities coming your way are going to be so beautiful and blessed that you're going to be celebrating with your family. Maybe this can be merging, this can be marriage, it can be representative of that as well. We have proposal here. This can be business merging, that you're accepting the proposal and then you're getting to work and celebrating that. But it is going to close a negative cycle for you. Even though death shows up here, I feel like you're going to already decide that what you're going to do with this proposal, the celebration and closing the cycle. This is going to be inevitable, because star means your wish fulfillment, and this death is your wish here, okay? Maybe there is a contract that is binding you. You are having a hard time to get out of it. So this new opportunity and celebration and this new contract, this new proposal, marriage can be like a business marriage, guys, is actually going to help you decide, okay, I'm going to let that go. And then the next week, it seems like when you let go of those things that are holding you back, it is going to be even your wish fulfillment or bring something that is going to be your heart's true desire, okay? We have the Hierophant here. Let's see what that one is going to explain. Hierophant, High Priestess, use your inner knowing. It can be your divine knowledge. And I feel like with the High Priestess, this is also telling you to tap into your intuition. Okay, when you're the authority, you don't have to always follow the book. You can follow the book, and plus you can add some intuitive guidance to it. High Priestess is someone who is also resourceful, but the crescent moon symbolized here. The crescent moon is a symbol of governmental authority as well. So if you need to get support from authority, or if you need to become the authority, or somebody's handing you over the charge of a situation, yeah, you need to take it. You cannot really play around. And you might be thinking, if I take that, I need to be cruel, like I said, because sometimes when people in power, they think that's the only way to rule, because I feel like that's like a sign of fear and weakness. That's not really the key to go. We have devil here. Even though the devil whispers into your ear and tells you you should be doing things in a certain way, you should await of those sounds, okay? Like going back alleyways or doing things, oh, this is a shortcut. No, that's not the thing, because you know better. This thing is, when you start to look for the better things, better options, you're going to start finding the better opportunities. King of Pentacles is your energy, guys, and this is your dreams. It seems like you're going to have enough resources to make your dreams come true. Even if you feel like afraid of this, that you cannot, it seems like you will have enough resources to make it happen. Let's get to your oracle. Brown, establish boundaries. This is important. I feel like because you showed up as queen here too, some people might try to ignore your authority, that you need to really make those boundaries known. And the no is a complete sentence. Never forget that. And you can apply it very well. We have lavender here. Connect to body, mind, and soul. These are three different things that are existent in our own self, but they can get disconnected, meaning your soul, family, your higher self might speak to you, give you the guidance that you need. But if you're not grounded in your body, your mind is all over the place, you keep thinking the future, the past, what you're going to eat, what somebody else is doing, that disconnection can actually block the spiritual messages coming. That's why maybe you're going directly, like, diverting towards the devil's energy here. That's why this is actually telling you lavender oil. Yeah, I have some here. You can use some lavender oil like this. And like maybe while you're meditating, you can, or before you go to sleep, you can put it on your pillow. If you don't have one, that you can put on your skin. So those can be helpful. It brings you back to your senses. It's really strong, by the way. it can bring you back to your senses and ground you back in your body, okay? We have peach here. Inhale a breath of life. So you can practice breath as well. That's also very important. It has like a peach oil here, I think, like a candle. So like maybe smelling something good and something that makes you feel those sensations is also important, okay? What else we have here? Gray, learn to scan your body. This is all connecting you back to your body, guys. It's going to be important to be in connection with your body, because I feel like your intuition is going to speak to you through body as well. It's going to tell you what to do, where to go, who to talk to, and which action to take in order to manifest the abundance that you're searching, okay? Now this is going to be your final message. We're going to pull a sigil for you. You can take a screenshot of it, or you can draw it somewhere to use it during this next 4 weeks. We have a dragonfly. You bring light to this world, and this is your reminder. You see like this wings actually showing up as a light. Every action, every wing flap that you're doing is actually bringing light to this world. So that's why when the devil shows up and tries to maybe divert you out of your pathway, you should just, you should be completely aware of it and say no to it, okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, I'm going to add some more videos right here for you to enjoy. I wish you all a magical day. Bye. Hit the subscribe and join the family.